Hey, Joe, I hear you're the big boss in town. You're watching another elected official.
Sorry, sir.
Mr. Rico, excuse me. Mr. Rico. Trying to escape a Dolcefino media camera. The city's secretary tries to block us. Don't do that. Don't ever do that again. But that doesn't fly with us. Joe Rico is the mayor pro tem of South Padre Island, Texas. He'll hide behind a building column at City Hall to avoid our camera, claiming he's just trying to stay in the shade. Yeah, right. Why are you hiding behind the post?
I'm in the shade.
Oh, okay, well, you can be in the shade right here. Come talk to me. Think that went well? Wait till you see what happened when we tried to interview the mayor at his island home in a fancy gated community. Look how many cop cars showed up because of the threat little old me posed.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
We even made the nightly police blotter. 9 million people will come to South Padre Island this year. A lot of them in the summer. They hit the beach, enjoy the waves, and marvel at what Mother Nature brings here. But only 2,000 people call the island home. Hello? And we are here on a different mission, investigating allegations of abuse of power, public corruption, official oppression. You're scared of them.
I already feel like I am being retaliated against. They have all the power and influence and control on this island. Who gets permits, who gets to do business.
She may be scared, we're not. This is the entertainment district on South Padre Island. Millions have come here to eat and drink. Hugo Lara was one of them, supposedly drinking for 6 hours straight. Cameras last place him here at Tequila Sunset for more than 3 hours. Lara got on the Queen Isabella Causeway, leaving the island. He was driving the wrong way.
A blood alcohol content test conducted in Lara that night showed a result of almost 2.5 times more than the legal limit.
And she paid the price.
Leaving Mariah's family to pick up the pieces.
Mariah Enriquez was just 20 years old.
She was a happy person, always.
The Rio Grande Valley media reported the family's lawsuits against the bars he went to that night. But they didn't share the explosive political connection that we will. The Texas Secretary of State says Tequila Sunset is owned by Fired Up SPI LLC, a corporation managed by 3 other companies. One of them is GTG SPI 24/7 LLC. We trace the owner. It's that city commissioner, Joe Rico. South Padre has been a windfall for Rico. He came here from Cleveland as a bartender. Now he owns 2 big bars on the bayfront. Public access to the water on the bay is now limited. Do you believe your bar is responsible for Mariah's death?
I have no comment.
Did you fire anyone?
Again, I have no comment.
A second owner is the company Red Cuff Management LLC. Guess who owns that? This guy, Patrick McNulty.
All right. Are there any public comments from the public?
He's the mayor of South Padre Island. You're her mom. You really believe they're accessories to murder?
Yes.
A year after the deadly crash, Mariah's death has never been mentioned once, not a single time, at a city council meeting. Why hasn't the city talked publicly about the death of that girl, Mariah?
Why would we?
We can tell you why they wouldn't want to talk about that young girl's death, besides for the bad publicity for a tourist town. The biggest bars in the entertainment district have something in common. They're all owned by public officials. Louis' Backyard is co-owned by the mayor and Commissioner Rico. They are both owners, too, of Tequila Sunset. And Driftwood Landing, a few doors down, is owned by the city's fire chief, who appoints the fire marshal, the city official in charge of making sure these bars are safe. But here are the facts. The chief did get a kitchen inspection last year, but nothing more. Not for 5 years. Tequila Sunset hasn't seen a fire inspector in 5 years either. Get this. During that annual fire safety inspection 8 years ago, the general manager of Louis was told he had to post an occupancy limit. And he said, No, and he told the fire marshal to start his inspections on the other side of the island. Must be nice to pull that kind of thing off. The tourist town claims there's nothing to see here. There's simply a backlog of safety inspections. But how does the fire marshal defend what's going on?
I just got here, so I haven't been here for so long.
How long you been there?
Since 2020.
He didn't just get here, that's 5 years ago.
When you
Yes,
inspect your
sir.
house?
I'm sorry, I can't make any comment right now with you, sir.
Guess it was a different Robert Garcia who failed the fire inspection at Louis in 2017. With no evidence, he ever went back. There were 72 fire code violations noted on that inspection, some of them real serious, but there are simply no records that anyone ever followed up. Wonder why? Maybe it can be argued that improvements in the South Padre Entertainment District benefit the whole town. But the council's decision raises ethical questions that most locals are simply afraid to raise in public. You've never voted on an item that helps your business economically.
I have not. Nope.
I've seen the votes.
You may think you've seen it, but I have not.
This is Laguna Boulevard. It runs right in front of the politically connected restaurants and bars. In November of last year, Councilman Rico made the motion to improve the drainage on the street. Look at this. Large cement columns lit at night along the walkway on Laguna Street, a protected pathway for customers. Invoices we obtained show the city voted to spend $364,000 on these bollards. We found video of the meeting where the Island City Council voted to spend the money from the general fund.
All in favor, please raise your hand.
It was November of 23, and we wanted to see if the mayor and Commissioner Rico would abstain from the vote. They didn't. But the walkway literally runs right in front of the bars Rico and the mayor own.
Bollards on my property.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars spent right in front of your buildings.
They're not on my property.
They're right across from your restaurant and bar.
They're not on my property, Wing. I do enjoy your stuff.
You do?
Well,
Yeah, let me ask you.
You're kind of like the Morton Downey Jr. of YouTube.
Morton Downey was the first king of trash talk TV back in the 80s.
And I hate being associated with the left-wing, knee-jerking, pablum-puking press.
Are you a tough guy or a mean
Do I
guy?
look like a...
No, South Padre Island is clearly overdue for some media scrutiny. There are growing complaints that Joe Rico is abusing his government power to punish his adversaries.
I want to be able to operate my business without, fear of retaliation.
His competitors,
Whatever they benefit from, they do. Nobody else. They don't care about the rest.
even punishing a local DJ for allegedly playing tunes at the wrong bar.
He sounds like a bully. His employees literally stated, "We're all afraid of him."
People say this is like a mafia down here, like a cartel, like you guys control.
Never heard that, sir.
Never heard that.
They do what they want to do. Nobody else can do it.